Wasayeti, Saka, coming from my place to yours. So I says, how are you? Saka, that's my Tlingit name, coming from my place to your place. So today, back in the shop, so you have the large mask here. 4.5, 5 feet tall is what it's going to end up being. So have the frontlet on here and the mask. I have right here kind of temporarily put up on here. This is rabbit fur that's coming down this side. The other side, on the other side of this, is going to have the same exact rabbit fur like that. So I started working on this, pounding this out. This is inner cedar bark. So it's the outer bark of the tree. You take off the outer bark, and this is the inner cedar bark. This bark is used for making weavers will make weave baskets or weave hats, all kinds of things like that. I just have some that I've set outside in the rain, and so I'm going to be softening up these fibers, and once I get it all softened up to where I like it, then I'll separate the length of it like that, and it's going to go right up here next to the face like this. I'll move this out of the way here in a little bit. But what I wanted to tell you about this is going through this process and stuff like that is something I like to do. And I used this mallet here before, but and it works okay. But sometimes they get down into the fibers, breaking them up more individually, and sometimes I'm pounding it this way. I've used that. I've got this little hammer that I've used, and I've used that as well. And so, and to get it even more, the fibers to get to even separate even more, I use regular hammer. So here's, well, I'll show you kind of like what I do. So that's the reason for letting it sit out in the water or out in the rain and let it get wet. Just put it in a bucket, let it soak, let it get wet. Makes it easier to pound and loosen the fibers. So I'll even come down here and maybe just work on the bottom part of it. You can see how they have a natural split in them anyways in places, so I'm going to follow along with those and then make them all maybe 3/8 inch wide, something like that, and work all the way up here. This part up here, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but up underneath this, there's a ridge here. I'll probably groove it out so I can push these fibers up in there, and I'll probably peg them up in there. I'll definitely glue them in there when it comes to being permanent. So let me go ahead and get some more of this. And I'm just showing you like what I kind of do. Just give you an idea. Because I usually I'll follow it right down the fibers and just go right up along I'll track one area, the width of the hammer. Obviously, right? No brainer. He saw me pounding on this same piece of cedar bark. I asked him if he wanted to try it out, and he said sure. He nodded. He didn't talk much, and that was okay. And boy, he went to town. He was just using this hammer like crazy. Not like crazy. He just kept at it. He just kept constant pattern going and focusing, and which is real cool, you know. So, you know, I know there's people out there that probably do something similar to this, and I'm sure there's different ways of making cedar bark hair if that's what you're into. Definitely don't do this when you're making cedar weaved hats or baskets or anything like that. But for me, I kind of like that organic. I like that more organic, rustic look when I'm adding cedar bark hair to a mask that I do. And this is the biggest mask that I would be doing this. Actually, no, I have a totem pole outside the ancestors pole, and that has 8 feet of hair on it, cedar bark hair, gone through this same process like this. It's they're 4 feet long, and they go from at the top of the totem pole. They go from the center of the head of the face that's on the top of the totem pole off to the side. So no, this will be my second one, and so this is kind of like one layer, if you will. So let me move this a little bit so you can kind of see this. So when I say that is what this is like, 5 inches wide, whatever that's going to be, 30 inches long. So I'm going to have a few of these, maybe probably 3 or 4 of them that'll go along up next to the up to this the face here, and it'll come out to this far. That'll be as far as it'll go, and it'll be on the other side as well. So what I wanted to do is have the human, this is like hair, human hair, and then wearing a headdress. And so I've got ideas for the back, but I'll address that or show that as time goes on. But I just kind of wanted to give you an idea of what this is going to look like. So it's going to take about three more of these types of same lengths of strips, pounding it out, separating it 3/8 inch, 1/2 inch wide all the way up, and then getting them all set up to where, layering them up to where it looks like hair. So I wanted to have that same appearance, but it'll be cedar bark hair, which is good. And with that, I wanted to show you something here before we go. I'm going to continue to keep working here. I've got this mask. I'm going to go ahead and make a nose bone for this one too. And I did one yesterday, the other day, and I think that'll add another appearance to it. It's kind of nice like that. But you can go to my website, Fred Fulmer Native Art. You can take a look. These masks like these will be available there. This one's going to be available at some point too. Here is a little magnet, and this little magnet is a skateboard design that I did, and this here is an octopus ornament, and this is a wood sticker, and this is a moon mask, and it's double-sided key ring. The ornaments are double-sided design as well. The magnet, obviously not. You got one that's going for it to stick on the fridge, and the sticker can go on your back of your cell phone, or it can go on a water bottle, those kinds of things. And so next time we're on, I'll have these out, and then I'll show you a little bit more. But you can also take a look at Fred Fulmer Native Art. So anyways, coming from my place to yours, have a good night. Happy New Year to you. Be safe tomorrow night. And anyways, if I don't see you sooner, It'll be definitely next year. Yeah, Kaasteen. I'll see you later.